and welcome to What's Happening Hawaii. I'm Kawika Whitelaw, your host, and we're so blessed to have you join us today, and I know you're going to find the program today is extremely interesting and educational. And with me today from the Pacific Music Foundation is Kimo Hussey. And Kimo, welcome.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Kimo is part of the Pacific Music Foundation. And Kimo, tell us, what is the Pacific Music Foundation?
The Pacific Music Foundation is an IRS-certified nonprofit. We take our inspiration from the field of music therapy. We have chosen, despite the fact that our inspiration does come from music therapy, we choose to operate on the non-clinical side of music therapy, and as a result our mission statement is to facilitate music that soothes. And basically what we try and do is to bring music to a conscious level for people where they can appreciate the therapeutic aspects of music. It's not something that people don't know about. It's just that I think people also, or always, I should say, think of music as being something that can be very therapeutic. What we try and do in the Pacific Music Foundation is to bring those aspects, those concepts of music therapy up to the conscious level, so that people can learn to appreciate those therapeutic aspects of music. And the reason why we choose to do that is music is very, very accessible to people. Music does not require that a person pay any large fee to take advantage of, and so music is so readily available that what we try and do is, again, to bring this up to a conscious level so people can appreciate those aspects of music. In addition to that, a big part of what we do has to do with community service. In taking music that soothes out to community venues, not only so that people will know, but also that people who maybe do not have much of an access to music, like senior care homes and hospitals and community venues of that type, to take music out there, because in terms of appreciation and its ability to soothe, music knows no bounds. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if a person has a physical handicap. It doesn't matter what age a person is. If we do nothing more than expose people to music, get out of the way and let music do the work, there's some wonderful, wonderful things that happen.
Right. Now, one of the things the Pacific Music Foundation, especially working with instruments, is a ukulele. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that, and share some of the history of the ukulele, too, with us.
Well, the ukulele was first brought to Hawaii in 1879. It was brought to Hawaii by some Portuguese people who came from Madeira in Portugal, and Hawaiians loving music as they did really took to the ukulele, and as a result of that, it stuck. It stuck to the point where today ukulele is a very, very international instrument, but nevertheless, the fact that it's called an ukulele, which is a Hawaiian word, is very, very characteristic of the fact that Hawaii had a very, very big influence in assuring its popularity. In terms of the Pacific Music Foundation and what we've already talked about, Kawika, the wonderful thing about ukulele is that in terms of music that soothes, ukulele just fits like a glove. The testimony to that is worldwide. The reason why people enjoy ukulele so much is that it provides them very, very easy access to get into the process of making music themselves. And so what people really enjoy is playing the ukulele just for fun. They don't necessarily look at it from the standpoint of providing a therapeutic effect. They enjoy the music, but the effect is still the same. So in terms of what we do in Pacific Music Foundation, we practice various forms of music. But it just so works out that because of the ongoing worldwide renaissance in ukulele, that it fits perfectly into what PMF does.
Well, yeah, when the ukulele first came to Hawaii, and I hadn't asked you this question, I don't think, ever before. Uh-oh. It's called a ukulele, which is Hawaiian, right? What was it called when it was in Portugal? Or give me how it transitioned to be called a ukulele. Did I catch you?
When the ukulele first came to Hawaii, it was called, and I'm not sure if this pronunciation is right, but the word is braguinha. I think it's spelled Braguinha.
Okay.
Probably the story that counts the most in terms of how it became to be called the ukulele is as it gained popularity and as people played it, the movement on their fingers on the fingerboard kind of resembled a bug, a jumping flea. So the Hawaiians, I'm sure, coined the term ukulele, which means jumping flea. Where the ukulele came to Portugal from, we don't know, or at least I don't know.
Yeah.
So the wonderful thing about ukulele is, despite its Hawaiian-ness and its association with Hawaii, nevertheless, it is a very, very international instrument, and it's quite a wonderful testimony to the ukulele. Is its popularity worldwide now,
right.
And that popularity has grown in various areas around the world, all on its own. It did not grow because of its association, to Hawaii.
When it first came to Hawaii, the royal family became very involved.
Sure.
And two of our queens were very musical that I know of.
Yeah, well, as we know, the ali'i loved music, and there were several ali'i who were even composers. Right. And for this, for this brand new instrument that was very different but very, very likable, to have come to Hawaii and the people taking to it and the ali'i taking to it, it's just no surprise that ukulele grew to where it continues to be in terms of its likability in Hawaii.
We're talking right now about the world loving the ukulele so much. You've done extensive traveling to help a lot of nonprofit organizations and things like that. What countries have you been to hold music seminars? Or
I've done. First of all, we need to start in the United States because I've traveled extensively through the United States to do ukulele workshops. I've also been to France and played ukulele there, Italy, and England and Austria.
Wow.
Recently, I've been to Canada a lot. I've also been to Japan on behalf of ukulele, and I know now that ukulele is extremely popular in Korea,
right.
in Thailand, and in Malaysia.
Wow.
There are about 5 or 6 European countries: Great Britain, France, Italy, Germany, Ireland, and I can't remember, but all these countries have their own ukulele festivals.
Now, you found out about a lot of these other countries using them by being in the U.S. Air Force.
That's correct. That's correct.
And I won't tell all the stories about you in the Air Force. But that must have been an amazing thing for you to find as you traveled in Europe especially.
Yeah, being in the Air Force as I was as a pilot gave me opportunity to travel the world. Before I got into the Air Force, I studied some music, especially in choral conducting. And wanted to come home and teach, and be a teacher, a music teacher. But the draft didn't permit that. And after I got in the Air Force, I really decided that I loved it. And so that turned into a career. But now that I'm retired from that, being able to come back to music through ukulele is just wonderful. And the other great thing about the Air Force is that it provided me opportunity not only to visit various countries, but make contacts with people that I still stay in contact with in terms of promoting ukulele and music.
What are some of the nonprofits you work with?
The nonprofits that I work with. First of all, before I tell you about that, let me say that we have found in the Pacific Music Foundation that the very best way for us to operate as a nonprofit is to network with other nonprofits. Because sometimes when we take a team approach to providing community service, it's a lot better than us trying to just go off on our own and in some instances try to reinvent the wheel. So, what kind of nonprofits do we work with? Well, I've worked down at the homeless shelter, done some work down there. I worked with a nonprofit in Chicago that uses that teaches autistic children to play ukulele. I've recently made contact with a person in Thailand whose wife is an ukulele aficionado, and together they work with underprivileged children. In fact, he's in the process right now of taking ukulele to a facility that has blind children in it, and actually teaching blind children to make or to play ukulele.
Wow, that is just wonderful. And you've worked, I know, with some of the schools here.
Sure, we've done a lot of work with schools, and also supporting another nonprofit that's called Ukes for Kids. It's a national organization that tries to put ukes not only in schools but in community venues and try to have kids set up kids so that they have access to playing ukulele.